Most sci-fi today oscillates between optimistic and dark, and on the surface, The Expanse seems to fall on the darker side. Yet, while The Expanse never shies away from showing humanity's worst, it does so in order to show us when we are at our best, ultimately making The Expanse a supremely optimistic show. If Star Trek shows humanity overcoming our limitations, The Expanse shows humanity surviving in spite of our limitations. The Expanse takes great pains to showcase the failings of humanity in not just philosophical ways, but physical ones as well. The show is one of the most realistic depictions of space travel on TV. When a ship moves too fast, characters need to strap to a chair or else the pull of gravity would kill them. Unstrapped down tools and objects become deadly at such velocities, and despite the otherworldly setting and high stakes, a single stray bullet can still have devastating effects. Even more, the Belters, humans who have lived in space their whole life, cannot fully handle living at normal Earth gravity. The Expanse shows that human bodies are fragile, especially in space. Yet this doesn't stop humans from pushing forward into the stars. Despite our physical limitations, we are able to build a civilization that spans an entire solar system and beyond. In spite of our physical restrictions, we did the seemingly impossible, and somehow even managed to thrive. The Expanse uses a similar thematic thread when it comes to human minds. The series doesn't shy away from showing the darker side of ourselves. The Martians are just a few steps shy of militaristic fascism. Earth's civilization has fallen into a malaise of abundance and power. The Martians and Earthers are nearly endlessly at each other's throat, caught in a Cold War-style arms race to control the solar system. As a result, both Martians and Earthers abuse the Belters for resources, and look down on them as less than, as subhuman. Yet the Belters themselves resort to drastic measures to earn their rights, often resorting to terrorist actions in order to be heard. The show follows the near-endless political struggles and machinations born out of humanity's seeming constant need to fight each other. Yet the show somehow never falls into pessimism about our future. Characters like James Holden constantly believe in the goodness of others, even when it feels inconvenient politically or even personally. For example, he releases information about the proto-molecule, an alien life form that mutates humanity beyond recognition, even when holding onto that information would have been smarter. He does so because he believes that it's the right thing to do. Characters that have a cynical belief system actually don't survive. Detective Miller believes that people will never get better, showcased when he kills a dangerous scientist because Miller believes that others will listen to the scientist and let him continue his disgusting and murderous scientific tests on the proto-molecule. Yet, Miller ultimately dies by sacrificing himself to save Earth, and he does so by reminding a young girl infected by proto-molecule that no matter what, she is still human deep inside. In Season 3, the crew of the Rocinante changes the ship's name to the Pinus Cortorta, a tree that needs fire to survive. Like the tree, humanity grows in fire, within failure and destruction. Humanity may be doomed to repeat its cycles of violence, but with every new conflict, humanity grows just a bit more. Later in Season 3, ships from Mars, Earth, and the Belt are all caught in a pocket universe that freezes ships and stops their movement. In that moment, the three factions almost again come to blows, yet instead, at the last minute they decide to work together. First, the Belters offer to help with the hospitalization of the hurt. Then, instead of deciding to fire on the alien construct that holds them, Holden manages to convince everyone to turn off their weapons. It's this action, this switching off of weapons and power, that saves their lives. The Expanse may appear to be a deeply nihilistic show on the surface, yet a deeper look shows a core that truly believes in the best of ourselves, even if it takes a while for us to show it.